Part 1: The Discovery. My name is Mark. I've been married to Elena for 9 years, and if you looked at our life from the outside, you'd think we were the picture of stability: 2 kids, a decent house in the suburbs, and quiet Friday nights spent with wine and movies. But it's strange how a life can look so perfect while something inside it quietly rots. It started with something small: Elena's phone. She'd never been secretive before, but lately, it was always face down. Notifications would light up the screen, and she'd casually swipe them away. At first, I didn't think much of it. We all need privacy. But it became a pattern. One night, I saw her smile faintly at a message and then tuck the phone quickly into her purse. I asked who it was, and she said, "Just Linda from work." The way she said it was so effortless. That's what scared me. My best friend, Josh, noticed I was off. "You look like a guy who's chasing shadows," he said over beers one evening. "You sure there's something there?" I wasn't. That was the worst part. I didn't have proof, just this gnawing feeling that something precious was slipping through my fingers, and I was too scared to look directly at it. Josh is a realist. "If she's cheating," he said, "you've got 2 options: confront her or pretend it doesn't exist. Either way, you better be ready to lose something." But what if I didn't want to lose anything? My mother, on the other hand, noticed Elena had become more distant. "She's always tired, always distracted. Is everything okay, sweetheart?" she asked one day when Elena stepped out of the room. I nodded, smiled, and lied. That's what I'd started doing a lot lately, lying to protect a truth I wasn't ready to face. There were other signs. She started staying late at work more often, emergency campaigns she called them. She changed her perfume. Even the way she dressed shifted subtly. She wore more colors. Her lips glistened redder. And every night when she came home, I watched her face, looking for guilt, for distance, for love. She still kissed me goodnight. She still held my hand. But something was gone. Or maybe I was imagining it. One evening, she fell asleep on the couch. Her phone buzzed in her lap. I stared at it like it was a ticking bomb. I didn't touch it. I couldn't. Instead, I watched her breathe. She looked peaceful, like someone with nothing to hide. And yet, my gut twisted. I started keeping notes: dates, times, patterns. Not to accuse her. Just to understand what was happening to my life. And that's how the silence began. Not just between us, but inside me. A decision that wasn't quite a decision: I would protect the life we built, even if it meant swallowing the truth. Even if it meant watching her slip away, one lie at a time. Part 2: The Internal Struggle. Some nights, I lay awake next to Elena, watching the ceiling while her soft breathing filled the dark. I'd memorized the pattern of her breath, wondering if I'd ever really known her, or if I was just another character in the story of her life. The woman beside me was familiar in body, in habits, in routine, but emotionally? She felt elsewhere. I didn't ask questions. I didn't want to hear lies. But I started to observe more carefully. I noticed how she paused before answering questions, how she laughed more at her phone than she did at my jokes. She deleted messages now. I could tell, not from snooping, but from the way her inbox looked like a freshly wiped slate every night. No traces. No strings. At work, I drifted. I stared through meetings. My performance dropped. I missed deadlines. My boss, a man named Harris, pulled me aside. "Trouble at home?" he asked bluntly. "You look like a guy trying to hold in a scream." He wasn't wrong. I began following her once. One rainy Wednesday, I left the office early and drove toward her building. I parked 2 blocks away and waited like some sad detective in a B-movie. When she exited work with a man, a tall, clean-shaven, suit too crisp to be from accounting, I felt my heart spike. But they only spoke briefly. She didn't smile. They didn't touch. She walked to her car alone. Still, I sat there for 20 more minutes, shaking. I felt ashamed. What was I doing? This wasn't me. I wasn't paranoid. I wasn't jealous. I wasn't weak. Or maybe I was all those things. At dinner, she asked me how work was. I told her it was fine. She smiled. You've been quiet lately. I nodded. Just tired. That was our rhythm now, half-truths and gentle nods. We lived in the same house but breathed in different worlds. I wanted to scream. I wanted to shake her and say, "What's happening to us?" But the fear of what she might answer. That kept me frozen. I tried to fix things without addressing them. I took her to dinner. Bought her flowers. Planned a weekend away. She appreciated it, but not with the kind of light I used to see in her eyes. There was gratitude, yes. But not passion. I asked Josh again if he thought I should confront her. Depends what you want more, the truth, or the life you built, he said. But what if I can't have both? I asked. Then you need to decide which lie you can live with. There was a night when she fell asleep early, her laptop open beside her. I glanced at the screen, just emails, nothing unusual, but one name caught my eye, Lucas. I recognized it from a photo she once showed me, a colleague in her department. A harmless message, professional in tone. Still, I copied his name into my phone, unsure what I'd even do with it. I didn't call him. I didn't message. Just kept the name like a loaded gun I was too scared to fire. The kids noticed things too. Our oldest, Mia, asked me, "Why don't you and Mom laugh like before?" That broke me. I hugged her and said, "Grown-ups get busy, sweetheart. But we still love each other." And I believed it, at least, I needed to. Because love, I realized, isn't just passion or honesty. Sometimes, love is silence. Sometimes, it's staying even when your heart wants to run. Sometimes, love is pretending. Part 3, The Unfolding. I didn't plan to break that night. It was just another ordinary evening. Elena was in the kitchen, rinsing dishes. The kids were upstairs, arguing over a cartoon. The television hummed in the background, and the scent of her perfume lingered in the room, a scent that no longer reminded me of home. I watched her from the hallway. Noticed the way she stood with one hip cocked, her sleeves rolled up just above her elbows, like she always did. There was a time when I found that beautiful. Now I studied her like a stranger. A stranger I had once loved completely. "Elena," I said, barely above a whisper. She looked up. "Yeah? I need to ask you something." She paused. Dried her hands slowly on the towel. "Okay. Is there something you want to tell me?" I asked. "About us?" There was a flicker, barely a flinch, but I caught it. She forced a small smile. "Like what?" "I don't know," I said. "Anything you think I deserve to hear." She dried one last plate and placed it down. Then turned to me. "I've been distracted," she said quietly. "I know. And I'm sorry. Work's been more than usual. I haven't been the best wife lately." "That's not what I meant," I said. She stepped closer. "Then what do you mean?" And there it was. The moment I had feared. The edge of the cliff. I could jump or walk away. But I did neither. I reached out, held her hand, and said, "I think we're drifting. And am afraid of losing you. Am afraid of asking the wrong question and ruining what's left." Her eyes welled up. But she didn't speak. "Are you seeing someone?" I asked, finally. A beat. "No," she whispered. "But." There were moments I thought about it. I felt invisible, Mark. I felt alone. And when someone noticed me, I didn't stop them. I didn't cross the line, but I stood at it. Silence filled the kitchen. My lungs burned. "I wanted to feel alive again," she said. "Not because I don't love you. But because I forgot how to feel anything." I nodded slowly. "Not angry. Not even surprised. Just exhausted. I felt the same, I admitted. That night, we didn't fight. We didn't accuse. We didn't yell or throw anything. We talked. 4 hours. And in the quiet that followed, we lay beside each other, closer than we'd been in months, maybe years. No promises were made. No perfect healing began. But we chose to stay. Not because everything was fine, but because love isn't always fireworks. Sometimes, love is choosing to fight for silence that doesn't hurt anymore. Weeks have passed. Things are not perfect. Trust doesn't come back easily. But every day, we speak more. Smile more. Listen more. The gap is still there, but we're building a bridge across it, one word, one choice at a time. I know now that pretending doesn't preserve love. Only truth does. Even when it hurts. Even when it threatens everything. Because love is a decision we make daily, even after betrayal, even after silence. And that's what I've chosen. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it.